Hey guys, it is me, the Trey Man himself, and I am back for another video. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made a party system in Minecraft. So, let's get right into it. So we're going to first join a party. As you can see, my number has changed to 5. Before it was 1, so I'm going to quickly leave the party, and I am 1. But if I join the party, I am now 5. So, and then for this video, I will be using hypothetical players, not real players. I'll be using cows, actually, in particular. So, I'm going to explain how everything works, and yeah, let's get right into it. So, we have a cow here. I can add /scoreboard players add at e bracket type equals cow, and then party 1, and then I'm gonna do 5. So now it also has 5, just like me. And now if I was to go ahead and teleport to a party, or to a game, quote unquote, me and the cow get teleported. Now, if we teleport here, me and the cow both get teleported. If I add 1 to the cow, it's now in party 6, correct? And I go ahead and attempt to teleport, I will be the only one to teleport, no longer the cow. So, to explain how this works, I have an animation set up for you guys. So let's roll the clip. Thanks for the introduction, Other Trey. So let's get right into it. So how the party system works is it measures in what order players have come into the world and assigns them a number based on that order. Next, what it does is it checks if a player is inside of a party by using a tag, and if they are not in it, it will reset their second scoreboard, which in my case is called party 1, back to their order in which they entered the world. This practically shows me if they are in a party of 1 or if they're in a group party, which can prove to be useful in player counting on servers and assignment to which game lobby they will be sent to, with some minor additions to the system. So, the actual first step in the system is to detect if one of the players in a party is queuing into a game, and then it will execute at all players to set their calculation scoreboard, which in my case is called party 2, to equal their party 1 scoreboard, which would allow me to subtract the player who is queued from their party 1 scoreboard from all other players, including themselves, party 2 scoreboard. Once this has happened, all players with a party 2 score that equals 0 will be sent to the game, and all those who don't have a 0 in their party 2 scoreboard will not be sent. Finally, after this whole system is done, everyone's party score will be reset, therefore making the party system work. So, let's get right back into the video on how this works. So, as you saw in the explanation of the video, we know that how this party system works is through a type of system that adds a number to the player every time a new player joins, a new number is assigned to them, and that is from this scoreboard called home. This is for another video that I plan to do in the future, but basically how this system works is when there is, so this right here constantly adds to all players home 0. So then what happens is if a player has 0 points in the home scoreboard, then it will add to a kind of like filler scoreboard that's called home. So it's like in replacement of an entity on scoreboards, you can type in a name and it will just add it like if it was an entity that I was adding to. So when there's a player that just joined, it will add to that scoreboard, and then that the scoreboard will set that player's home score as its own, basically making like a tiering system. So every time a new player joins, a new score to generate. So this is shown with this scoreboard right here. Sidebar. And as you can see, the 25, don't worry about that. But as you can see, every single player that's joined here has their own number kind of thing. So yeah. So let's get right into how the commands for this. So this will execute at all entities who do not have a tag that's called IP. IP stands for in party, to go ahead and set their party 1 scoreboard to their home scoreboard. So in theory, if I was to add to that cow home 1 so that they would be represented on the home scoreboard, then their party would be set to party 1. And since no other players have that, then they're the only player with that party number, if you understand what I mean. And since this is only happening when the player doesn't have this tag, we can detect when the player is in a party and is not in the party and reset their scores so that they're in their own party type deal. So, and then this is just a teleportation thing for all players who have the tag in party or IP and whose game is 1 or higher. That's the period here. That they will execute at all entities to scoreboard player's operation at as party 2 to equal at as party 1. So basically, as explained in the animation, in the second scoreboard, your party 1 is put as another score in this second scoreboard, and then what it does is it will subtract the player who is trying to teleport to a game from all players, their party. So basically it does math, trying to see who's in the same party, because everyone who's in the same party will have the same number, and they would also have the tag IP as well, but it doesn't really matter because you don't need to include that, since this command right here resets if you're not in a party, therefore making the system work. And so what will happen is it will execute all players whose tag is IP and their scores is equal to game 1 to teleport themselves, all of the entities who are in the same party to this coordinate, and then so on and so forth for how many games you want. So yeah, and then eventually we'll reset the party 2 scoreboard, since that is only used for calculations to detect who's in what party. And then we reset the game scoreboard because they no longer need that. So yeah, and then each of those NPCs set the player's game when you press on it. So if you go in here into the advanced settings, this is what it's doing, and then right here, this one's just game 2. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.